What is going on, everybody? Let's keep up with Hitman Absolution with what is quite obviously the most important part of this entire storyline, the Attack of the Saints. Oh boy. I love this so much, I'm even going to show the opening cutscene with the hotel clerk, or the motel clerk, that never blinks. Well, I think he literally just did, but looking at his eyes, you'd think he never blinks. What do I say about this level? This level tries to combine the actively hunted style levels, like Run for Your Life, with target assassinations, and I don't think it works that well. I'll explain why. It's mostly because, when doing a target assassination, utilizing disguises to open up more opportunities is really important, and in this level, there's really only one disguise, and that's the agency soldier, so you're just going to be blending in past almost everybody in the level. But more on that as we go. Right here, this is a true defining Hitman moment right here. Watch. Yes, that's what Hitman is all about. Assassin nuns that say, "Go with God, motherfucker." Alright, let's start the level. The very beginning is a little pseudo zone where you just have to navigate your way through the rubble. Once you're out of the rubble, then we'll actually start. Alright, here we go. Alright, this first checkpoint has two targets, one of which we're pretty much forced to kill one way and one way only, because she is coming up on this balcony with two other soldiers, and this balcony is completely linear. There's no way down except for the stairwell that they just came up from. The only thing we can do is let the two soldiers get ahead of, is to let all of them walk by, let the two soldiers go ahead of her and enter the ruins of the motel room, and then we're going to need to fiber wire the target while everyone's back is to us, and then their backs are to her. You have no other way of doing this other than, if you watch speedruns, I've seen people basically eliminate her a similar way, except way faster. Because what we're doing here, obviously I hid inside of this freezer, waiting for them all to pass. Get your fiber wire ready, and then basically a good cue to wait for is when she says the word barcode, or when she lowers her SMG down to her hip, like that. The two soldiers won't see. Stay to the left, and then hide her in the same freezer. Alright, down the stairs we go. And we're going to need a disguise. As I was saying earlier, this whole mission is made exclusively of agency soldiers. And that's really the only disguise we have, other than dressing up as a scarecrow in the cornfield, but that disguise only gets you so far, because all it really lets you do is blend into the wooden posts in the field. That rat poison, do not forget to take that. We're going to need it for this second target. But anyways, from this position, the soldier that's wielding a pistol, we're going to subdue him and then hide him behind this, or hide him next to this burning car where his body won't get found. We do not have time to properly hide him in a nearby freezer. That's way too difficult. considering how many soldiers are wandering around. We're just going to leave him next to the burning car. No one's going to find his body. But that second soldier with the assault rifle, we need him to be in a very specific position where he won't hear us grab and subdue this guy. Basically, he's going to walk towards... There's another guy with an assault rifle over to the right a little bit. He's going to walk towards him and then stop. Once he stops and just starts standing there with his back towards us, that's our cue to subdue this guy. So go ahead and get him. Subdue. And then quickly, because you got to do this pretty quick before anyone could see you, get him here and take his clothes. Remaining crouched, obviously. Now we'll just keep our distance and proceed forward to this exact position. Unfortunately, this dude is going to get executed. There is a challenge for rescuing him from being killed, and then in the next checkpoint we can rescue someone else to complete the other half of the challenge, but just in this case we're just going to wait, because then the soldier will pass by. And then let's roll to this cover. Once these two guys right here move, we're going to trail behind them as we progress to... There's like an outdoor bar in the corner up there. Our second target has a cup of coffee, which we're going to dump the rat poison into. And if you're used to the newer Hitmans, I should note that rat poison is not a medic. In fact, with the exception of the laxatives from Hitman contracts, a medic poison didn't really exist at all until Hitman 2016 came out. Alright, so they need to move again so that we can proceed ourselves. And going back to the topic of you know, the ICA having killer nuns, isn't that just a nice, serious way of portraying the ICA? Especially since, well, I should have shown cutscenes of like some of the cutscenes of like 47 trying to go through like a personal dilemma by staying true to Diana's dying wish or whatnot, kind of showing the serious tone the game wanted to go for. And then they have shit like killer fucking nuns. Poison the coffee and then hide in the freezer behind the bar so that we're completely hidden from everyone while we wait for the target's death trap to happen. And then, yeah, we've got like, we're supposed to have this like personal dilemma of 47 as he tries to protect Victoria upon Diana's dying wish, and yet this game has cartoony rednecks and killer nuns. Really fits the tone, huh? And on the topic of like, all you're doing in this game is just killing a bunch of MacGuffins, this level and the Saints in general are the absolute epitome of that. Story-wise, this whole level, pointless, serves no purpose. You could cut it out and nothing would change. I remember all the controversy surrounding the Attack of the Saints trailer, and they turned out to be a complete, utter waste, so that controversy was for nothing. As soon as the target gets killed, and then that one guy gets distracted by the dead body, we can proceed to the exit, and you should not have to blend in past anyone. And you can pick the lock to the exit without any issue. Anyways, the next checkpoint is the more annoying one. Thankfully, the target kills are easy, especially this one. Everybody kills this target this way. You can grab her, and then you'll snap her neck behind the counter. But what I like to do is wait when her fist is off of her hip, then grab her. You can do it earlier if you want. I just kind of train myself to do it that way because, well, I overestimated the AI of this game, which is perfectly exemplified by what I literally just did. So yeah, just grab her and snap her neck around the reception desk. The other guy will obviously hear you, but he will not be able to see us at all, so no worries there. Our second target here is going to take a little bit more effort. There's a stationary soldier right there. Pick up this bottle. We're going to have to knock out that soldier because he's going to get in the way. We need to turn on a radio to distract the target, and if we don't take out this soldier, he'll react to the radio, or I'm assuming he'll react to the radio instead of the target, but as long as he's gone, the target will be the only one reacting to the radio. So the clerk, the guy who doesn't blink, you can also rescue him from being killed, and that'll be the second half of a challenge, but we're not doing that because it's just adding extra work to a game that I already don't want to play. So, screw it. Alright, there is a patrolling soldier that circles through this area. We're going to let him circle through the area before we do our work. Yeah, the bottle's going to be thrown exactly where I was projecting it to be. We just need him to go away, and we need him to walk past the other guy. That way, the other guy that's just standing over there is the one that's going to investigate. But you want to do it so that he hears it too, because it will slow down his patrol path and give us a little bit of extra time for both knocking out this soldier and killing the target. So use the bottle distraction. Alright. Here comes the guy. Subdue him. We got a nice freezer right there we can dump him into. The target will obviously go in there too. So just do this relatively quickly because you don't want to be too slow because that other guy who walked through here will eventually come back. Get your fiber wire ready. Use the radio to lure the other target over here. You'll notice I'm not referring to them by name. I'm legitimately impressed that I remember a lot of these target names, like the guys from Shaving Lenny or the doctors from Death Factory. The Saints? No. I don't remember their names at all. Like, this is Agnesia or Amnesia. I don't even know how you pronounce that. No wonder I couldn't remember their names. Anyways, fiber wire her and dump her in the freezer. The target kills was the easy part. It's the exit that's going to cause you a lot of pain. This is probably the most annoying exit in the game. We're obviously going to have to do a distraction so that we can lockpick the exit. And seriously, of all the exits in this game, why did this one have to be locked? Oh well, let's just deal with it. Let him go away so we can proceed. And then we're going to stand behind this tow truck. The distraction is we're going to set off the alarm on this tow truck, but we want to shoot it in a specific spot. Basically, we're going to shoot it like at the back in like the right hand area above the right side tires, above the right rear tires, and the right rear mud flap. Just watch where I shoot it when I do. Let those soldiers disperse, And we want to wait for the one that's going off to the right to go even further to the right, you know, past the RV. He should be going. There we go. And now, shoot the tow truck for the alarm. And then we're going to have to blend in so that we can basically charge past these guys. Because we need to do this fast. And I mean fast, fast, fast. Immediately crouch and start picking the lock. If done correctly, you will be a split second away from being spotted, but the checkpoint will end before you're spotted. So you'll still have Silent Assassin. No worries there. Alright, final checkpoint. Cornfield. This time there's 3 targets. I guess by default this is the best checkpoint in the mission, if for the sole purpose that it's the biggest one and it feels the most open-ended. But it's a cornfield. Like, what can you really do in a cornfield? Well, you can dress up as a scarecrow and hide on a bunch of 4x4 posts all over the cornfield to blend in, but I'm going to keep the soldier disguise because then we can at least blend in if we get any close calls. The first target is going to go into that little hut building there. She actually has an assassination death, like an accident kill we can set up. We need to sabotage the water line with a generator, and then she'll be electrocuted when she washes her hands. We just have to move over there at the right moment where no one is standing too close to the generator. Now, if you do this right, you may not have to blend in past some of these guys, but I obviously did not do it right. But it doesn't matter anyway. We're going to get a boost of instinct after the target death regardless, so if you need to blend in, just do it. So here we go, sabotage the water, and then, that was close, but just be very careful. You do not want to get spotted. Don't forget to turn the generator on, and that'll deal with the first target. Now, the best way I can describe the navigation that I'm going is towards the target dots on the mini-map. The target dots are like the big black circles that have literal targets, like illustrations of targets on them. The second target we're going to fiber wire in the field, and no one will see us because the field gives you some cover. Kind of like the crowd. It works kind of similar to the crowd system, except you have to be crouched in order for it to work correctly. So here's the next target. The evidence is over there in front of the crates, or on the crates that are in front of her, but I'm not gonna get it. I don't give a shit. This is arguably one of the worst levels in the game, because, like I said, combining actively hunted with target assassination, I don't think it works that well. At least, or at the very least, the huge flaws of this game make it insufferable. As soon as she starts talking again, fiber wire her. That'll be your cue that she's deep enough into the field that you can eliminate her unseen. And it really doesn't matter if her body is being found, but since I'm trying to follow the World of Assassination rules of Silent Assassin, I'm going to drag her body close to this truck that has tires in the bed, because her body should not be found right there. Just make sure she's still in the actual field. Don't put her literally next to the truck. Put her close to it. Final target kill is kind of tricky. We need to shoot down that crane with the suspended pallet when the target is directly under it. She walks directly under it herself. I think you can also hotwire that tractor to distract her under it, but there's a million soldiers, so that's just not an option. We just need her to walk under it, and the best thing to do is to use point shooting to guarantee that you shoot the chain successfully. So once she's under it, shoot the chain with point shooting, and collapse, and it'll fall right on top of her. Make sure you are crouched before you enter the point shooting mode. I can't stress that enough. That way, after you make the gunshot, you will instantly be crouched in the corn and be hidden, and then that soldier that was in front of us won't see us. Now we're going to have to take the long way around because we're going to exit the mission by answering a ringing cell phone on the floor surrounding those agency vans close to where the last target got crushed. If you go around the long way like I did, you should not have to blend in past anybody. You may need to blend in once or twice, but basically we need to wait for a precise moment where there aren't any soldiers looking towards this central area, which I guess they're using as like a makeshift HQ or something. If you need to blend in, do it, but as soon as this coast is clear, the phone is going to have to vibrate for a couple of seconds before you can pick it up, but pick it up and end the level. There we go. I don't like this one.
Mission 47.
There's Benjamin Travis, who became the head of 47's ICA division after quote unquote killing Diana. Oops, minor spoiler there, I guess. But yeah, okay. Level over. Let's just move on. Let's just move on to the next one. See ya.